Hello everybody and welcome to Conahey Rail. Figured I'd give you guys an update. I just got done installing this A&W root beer lighted sign. It is made by a company called Miller Engineering. I decided to install it on this MTH A&W building to give it more of a highlight. And let's give you guys a pan around here. And I thought it came out pretty nice. These Miller signs are battery powered, but you can buy a AC to DC adapter for them if you'd rather not have a battery power. And I'll show you that in a minute. The signs are powered by a circuit board. The circuit board has an on-off switch. Some of these signs, depending on the design and logo, have a mode switch where you can change the way the sign flashes. Some of them have up to 32 different ways you can make the sign flash. I picked this one. And so yes, these signs are pretty nice. This is my third one. I've had no problems, and my oldest sign, I believe, is about 2 years old. So let me show you that AC to DC board if you'd rather not have the battery. So if you pan over here, this is the Miller AC to DC board. Looks pretty much like an MTH 12-port accessory board for those who've used that. And down at the bottom, there's just two power ports where it just simply powers the board if you so choose, but I'm hooking in direct to the terminals, to the ports, rather than going down here, and it uses this pretty much an adapter plug from your wall outlet. So that's what I'm using, rather than the 3 AAA batteries. For those who have smaller layouts, maybe rather not have that. You do have to cut the battery pack out if you so choose to run off this adapter board. The Miller adapter board and the Miller signs are all available at your local hobby shop. So, with that being said, it's no fun watching this in the daylight. So, whoops, a little patience here. And I will turn the lights out, and you can get more of an appreciation of the lighted sign. And once again, it is a sign made by Miller Engineering. They're really simple and straightforward to install. And it's on a MTH A&W root beer stand building, and I think it's a cool touch to add that. I'll show you a couple other signs here. This is my first Miller Engineering sign that I bought. Is Sinclair. It's on a rotating base. I bought that to go with my MTH Sinclair operating gas station, and just to highlight the gas station a little bit more. I think it goes pretty well with it. My second sign is this Lionel Trains one, and I added that maybe earlier this year. I think that's pretty cool too. I had to have it. While I'm here, I'll show you guys a couple things as well. This is my bank. I added those lampposts out in front of it and this Lionel lighted flagpole to make it look more like a old official bank. But the Lionel flagpole, I was hoping would be a lot more brighter than that, but it's still cool. And I'll pan around and show you some different things here. This is my MTH auto parts store. I renamed that. That's not actually the actual name of the store. I have a habit of changing the names on some of my buildings to something that was local at one time in my town. This was actually a local business. They're now closed, but anyway, I just wanted to show you the details of the interior of this. Part store. Let's see if we can get close in there. So this is your part store, the MTH part store. I mean, that's pretty cool. The interiors of some of these buildings are getting rather detailed. And what's better than having a couple Mopar muscle cars parked out front of the building? Yeah, there's people who noticed that I have nothing but Dodge and Plymouth muscle cars on my layout. That's because that's what I grew up with, and I've actually had my share of them. At one time, you could buy a Dodge Challenger RT 1970 with a 446 pack cheap, in good condition, and run it back and forth to school or something. But that's not happening today. Prices of those things really got high. My next project's going to be this MTH ice cream stand. Miller does make a lighted sign for soft ice cream, so I'm going to do that next. Miller has a wide variety of choices of signs that you can choose from. And here's the interior of the ice cream stand. I mean, that freight station is also MTH. Yeah, I realize I'm showing you all this in the dark, but that's the only way that a lot of these details will come up on video. This is my Lionel Diner. I just love this diner. Lionel has been known to do buildings with no interiors and frost over the windows, but they did not do that on this diner. See if I can steady my hand. Look at the interior of this diner. They really stepped up and did a good job on this diner. So, like I said, if I pan over here, you'll see this older Lionel UPS store that's got frosted over windows. That was pretty much typical of Lionel, pretty much like this corner store business building. No interior, frosted over windows. So they did step up on the diner to make it look more realistic. And I'm going to pan around again. And here's my, I'll show you the interior of something else. My MTH hobby shop, model train shop, and once again, you can see, let me move this car out of the way. The interior of this thing. And once again, this is the model train. Look at that. I didn't even notice the, if you notice in the top two windows, you can see the Rail King sign and the MTH sign inside. I'm just now seeing that. Huh. Alright. Well, that was cool. I guess you really don't notice the interior details too much of your own buildings unless you're doing a video like this. And most of my buildings are MTH because they do feature interior details. However, my housing community is mostly line-out suburban houses. I believe the only MTH house I have is the one in the back corner. So I figured I'd give you guys a update on Conahey Rail and show you around in the semi-dark of what's going on. So I do have plans for one more sign, and that's pretty much going to be it. Then I'm going to move forward to working on my addition and trying to get that done this year. Alright, thanks everybody for watching.